ladies, they all like to stick together. You know what I'm saying?
Uh,
I'll say all of them, but a lot of them like to stick together. And
mhm.
and guess what? If you're running for office, I would like to think that you would do your best to at least portray a certain, type of image amongst people. And of course, I know that clip was probably, leaked or something like that.
Mhm.
Um, they say a person could tell you a lot how they treat the people that they don't necessarily need. And so for her to talk to her staffers like that,
Mhm.
like what would she look like running, like advocating for us on our, advocating on our behalf? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it could be a setup, wherever it is, but they said she had a history of being like this, and other people may have a history of doing the same thing. But thi- I, I mean, this is the first impression that I got from her, because I didn't know who she was either. I had no idea. But when I saw this video, I'm like, nah, I don't think I want her, you know, uh, as my governor.
Mhm.
She needs to be in a school or something, like maybe a principal or something like that, or I don't know. That's what she looks like.
Mhm.
But from my understanding, she had an Ivy League education.
Mhm.
And that doesn't say much, but I think that when you're a politician or certain um when you're a certain stature, when you're a certain place in leadership, you need to like portray yourself a lot different.
Yeah.
And the particular questions that the reporter on CBS asked her, I kind of was watching those last night, and she asked everybody the same question. There were 60 people who voted Democrat, in the presidential election, but there was 40% of the people who voted for Donald Trump. What would you say to those people, that uh voted for Donald Trump, and how would you get their vote because you may need them to win? And everybody else answered the question, and she was like, huh, like just like smug, like, huh, why do I need them? Like pretty much like saying that she doesn't need the other votes. And I could see, let me see if I can find that. Uh, excuse me.
Well,
Yeah.
she's thinking from a standpoint of that they have the majority in the state in terms of Democratic votes.
Oh no, I get it.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
why
get that.
she's saying that, which is understandable. I get it. It's like, what do I need their votes for if we have the majority here? You know? So that's what I take it as.
Yeah, I just think it's not a good look for her. Uh, because what if she gets pushback, from her counterparts?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is she just gonna say, "Oh, I don't want to have this meeting anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore." No, like we need a person who's sound, a person who's uh, not easily angered. We need a person who can get their point across.
Mm-hmm.
We need somebody who's gonna, not get emotional.
Yeah.
Uh, and especially in situations where they feel like I I don't know if she said she felt like she was been attacked pretty much, less word than that, but I'm sorry, more words than that, but yeah, I don't think she was been attacked. She was just being a reporter was doing what the reporter is supposed to do, ask questions. And
Yeah. I mean, go ahead. My bad.
well, no, you good? No, I was just saying that like she asked follow up questions, to that. So that's what a reporter does.
Yeah, that's what a reporter's supposed to do, So maybe she didn't get the memo. But for me, I remember her from a few years back because that's how I was introduced to her when she was in Congress, asking those tough questions to these CEOs. So that's how I remember her.
Hmm.
And from that, I was, a fan of that aspect of asking those questions, those tough questions, those hard hitting questions that get to the root and the cause of the issue. So I'm thinking like, okay, so you like to ask people hard questions, but you don't like to be asked the hard question. And when you're asked the hard questions, you give attitude, you give the tone of disgust or off-putting tones that to where you're not going to be bothered with a certain conversation or a line of questioning. It's not attacking you in any certain way, but it's just following up with, whatever the line of questioning is. So again, as you talk about the tonality and what we were talking about last week about the emotional IQ, at what level is that? Because when I watch women in political office lately, it's from that line of tone questioning with an attitude, with emotional overtone, and we understand why. Not to say that they can't do their jobs effectively, but if we're going to um, get to a place in a space to where people are getting the value out of the job and getting the value out the service that you're providing, because you're supposed to be a public servant. That's what these politicians are supposed to be. But a lot of times lately, we haven't seen that. We've seen other things. These are all directional. These are all things that are from a space of agenda wise. Like, what's the agenda? It's not the people's agenda. It's the agenda of whoever your benefactors are, the people that donate to you. These are the people that benefit the most, in the long run, so that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I'm gonna show this real quick. So this is the part that
What do you say to the 40% of California voters who you'll need in order to win, who voted for Trump?
How would I need them in order to win?
Well, unless you think you're going to get 60% of the vote. You think you'll get 60%. Everybody who did not vote for Trump will vote for you. That's what you're saying.
In a general election, yes. If it is me versus a Republican, I think that I will win the people who did not vote for Trump.
What if it's you versus another Democrat?
I don't intend that to be the case.
So how do you not intend that to be the case? Are you going to ask them not to run?
No, I'm saying I'm going to build the support. I have the support already in terms of name recognition. And so I'm going to do the very best I can to make sure that we get through this primary in a really strong position. But let me be clear with you. I represented Orange County. I represented a purple area. I have stood on my own 2 feet and won Republican votes before. That's not something every candidate in this race can say. If you're from a deep blue area, if you're from LA or you're from Oakland, you don't have an experience.
You just said you don't need those Trump voters.
Well, you asked me if I needed them to win.
So you don't
I feel like this is unnecessarily argumentative. What is your question?
The question is the same thing I asked everybody, that this is being called the empowering voters to stop Trump's power.
no, stop. I mean, I know that there's more, but I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's her answer. It just seemed like I mean, I don't know. If you look at it, I mean, it makes sense that, okay, if we have people like 60% of people who voted, 60 and 60 is more than 40. So, but to think that you're guaranteed those 40, and I was just gonna say that what I think has happened is that the Democrats don't really try to catch anybody's ear. They just expect you to vote a certain way because like that's what you've been told to do, and that's what they're used to you doing. At least what I see. Like you're told, like we mentioned, I mentioned a while ago that in my household, hey, we Democrats, we go down ballot Democrat. Okay, what is this person talking about? What is this person doing? What is it? What are they, asking from us? We don't know, but they're Democrat, so that's what we do. We vote for them. And those times need to change because they could be, selling us down the river, which they've done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so like that's not the play, and she's kind of exuding those same type of, or just just showing those same type of things, that same type of mentality. Like, oh, I don't need to do anything different because these people that didn't vote for, for Trump, I'm expected to get those votes.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I just think that, sometimes women have to be smug when they're in certain positions because it's such a male-dominated area, but they have to have this smug overtone, this condescending overtone, this over absorbent type of attitude to where it doesn't matter what you say. This is what I know based on my track record. I come from a purple area. What she don't know is LA and all these other places might be purple too, because what they've seen from Democrats these past 8 years, yeah, a lot of Democrats have flipped. So if you think you're gonna come in here and just get the Democratic vote because you've gotten it before, if they've gotten it before, she's gonna have another thing coming. So if she's not worried, then there's a reason why she's saying that she's not worried, because she thinks it's just gonna happen the way it's always happening, which I don't think. Basically, because a lot of people have lost their homes through these fires. You got Mayor Karen Bass have handled things inappropriately and incorrectly, from a lot of people's standpoint, and they're not happy, So that attitude that she has, it's the same attitude we got Gavin Newsom that has. He has that same attitude to where all these people are stupid and they're going to continue to vote as they are, So I'll say, okay, well, if that's the way you see it, then, good luck with that.
so be it.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. 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 They think it's just more of the same. Like it's just gonna, materialize. You know what? Yeah. And you know what? I could see why they think that way, because there has been a lot of people that flip. And, hopefully those people who are, on the borderline, they see, these things. They see the shutdown. They see, people like her that are, supposed to be advocating for her that don't really care. They see people that want to have, concerts instead of actually, debating. They want to put, people up there on stage and twerking instead of actually, seeking to understand what they really want and what people really need. They hopefully they'll start to see, people that don't put others that don't even belong, that are illegal here over them.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're doing all these things right in your face. And it's not even, you could say they playing in your face. I guess that's the epitome of playing in your face, because that's what it is. It's like, but you should be able to see it. It's right there.
Right.
Slapping you in the face, and y'all don't see it.
Yeah. And they continue to use the same talking points. Oh, well, what about this against Trump? Or it ain't about Trump. Listen, the Republicans. Trump is just one person.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm just going to say my last point. If you keep saying the same and talk about the same rhetoric and talking points, you're going to continue to lose people, because people are waking up. People are no longer just going along with what people tell them, because you guys are not saying anything. You're not doing anything. You guys are saying the same tired things and then doing something completely left field and opposite, to where you're bringing more people in here to replace the people that are already here. And people see that. You don't think people see that and understand that? No, you're not trying to help people. You're not trying to help people seeking asylum. That's not what you're doing. Come on. We know that. So
Look who they're doing things for. Like the laws and things that they're trying to pass to advocate for people that, that they're trying to hold on to the last those last Gen X people or the people that are not privy to what's really going on and who were taught to vote a certain way. And then they're trying to they're trying to not renew, but they're trying to replenish the people that they're losing with other people. And I don't want to go too deep into those other people but some of them don't belong here, and then some of them, like to switch clothing with each other. I'll just say that. those are the people who they're doing stuff for. When you ask Kamala Harris, what are you gonna do for the African American man? Oh, I'm gonna legalize marijuana. Like, really? Like, that's not a slap in your face? I don't understand,
Shoot.
bro.
Yeah, a lot of people spoke